So one of the main things that we like to talk about on this show is media bias, because mainstream media is terrible. I mean, they're really, 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 really bad. I'm not just saying that. I mean, they have a bias towards sensationalism. They have an establishment bias. In some outlets, they have what's called a neutrality bias, where they try to pretend like both sides are equally crazy and equally right about stuff. It's kind of a lazy default position of the relatively apolitical, where they think the middle point between two claims is like always the most reasonable. So there's a variety of biases in our mainstream media. But what you're about to see here is just such a clear example of an establishment bias. So Scott Santon has tweeted the following. We have decided that if Andrew Yang didn't exist, these would be the top 6 from the Quinnipiac poll. So despite Yang polling at 3% in this poll, there's no point in displaying him in the top 6. So look at this screenshot. You have Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders. Okay, this is from a Quinnipiac poll. Kamala Harris, Pete Buttigieg, and Beto O'Rourke. They put Beto O'Rourke there as opposed to Andrew Yang, who's polling well above Beto O'Rourke. Andrew Yang's polling at 3%, but they put Beto there. Why? Why would you put Beto there? Why would you do that? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Here's the answer. They have already declared he is a legitimate candidate. We take him to the... Yes. I don't care what your opinion is. I don't care what your perception is on who is and isn't a serious candidate. I care what the numbers are. So they leave off Andrew Yang because in their mind it's like, you remember when Kamala said this about Tulsi? I'm a top-tier candidate. She, on the other hand, is not. There's that same kind of mindset. The mindset of, oh, please, Andrew Yang, we'll be kind to you and maybe let you have, like, you know, some time to talk in a debate, even though we'll probably lower your microphone at other points. But, come on, you're just, you know, you're a sideshow. You're not a serious candidate. Who are you to determine that? I believe that is determined by the people. I believe that is determined by the polls. And when Andrew Yang is polling well above Bet on My Stork, well then take Bet on My Stork off the damn screen. He doesn't belong there. He doesn't belong there at all. So this is the thinking, man. The thinking is whatever the assumptions in the Washington, D.C. elitist cocktail circuits are, that's what they're going to default to. And so they're defaulting to Andrew Yang is not serious. So take him off there even though he's polling above. And that's embarrassing. And by the way, just so you know, I don't even think they really know they're doing this. It's not like super nefarious where they're twirling their evil mustaches and go, yes, we're against him, yes. It's just the lazy default assumption where everybody in the room is going, Andrew Yang, okay, whatever. Oh, everybody knows Beto O'Rourke because we know Beto O'Rourke. So put him there. But either way, it's inexcusable. It's absolutely inexcusable. See, they even, now, of course, Bernie's in this poll because he's one of the top candidates, but this is the same kind of stuff that he went through in 2015 and 2016. You know, this is the same kind of stuff that Tulsi's going through right now, along with Andrew Yang. This is that same thing, and you still see it even to this day. We just covered a story earlier where Washington Post tried to fact-check Bernie and say, you said 500,000 people go bankrupt because of medical bills. Not exactly. Meanwhile, he's citing a study that the Washington Post themselves reported on, and if anything, he underestimated. He said 500,000 medical bankruptcies. The Washington Post said 530,000 medical bankruptcies. So they're going to... If you are not viewed as serious, if you are not viewed as part of the club, if you are not viewed as legit, they will ignore you, they'll smear you, they'll misinterpret things on purpose, they'll portray you in the worst possible light, and they will try to, and this is the most annoying part, as they shape public opinion about stuff, they act like, who, us? No, we're just calling balls and strikes, bro. That's all we're doing. We're just telling you what's going on. We're just telling it like it is. No, you're not. You are trying to shape public opinion as you pretend like you're just describing public opinion. And that's insufferable. Because Andrew Yang is doing a hell of a lot better than a lot of shitty establishment candidates, and he deserves to be covered as such, and he deserves to have a serious look at maybe, hey, why is this guy polling better than all the other establishment candidates? Let's talk about that. Well, I don't know, maybe because he actually believes in something and he's fighting for it? Maybe that, as opposed to a lot of these guys who are just on an ego trip, like Bet on My Stork, who could win a Senate seat, and he said, no, because my ego wants me to be president. Flailing arms, Beto. Yeah. It's terrible, and it's really annoying. So it's not... Isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? The three candidates who get the most shit from the media happen to be three of the most anti-establishment candidates. Andrew Yang, Tulsi Gabbard, Bernie Sanders. You can see the clear media bias against all of them. And it's not subtle. It's not like a little thing. This is obnoxious and big. The dude is polling above Beto, and you put Beto on screen because you know Beto and you like Beto, and you've arbitrarily decided that he's serious to you, even though he's pretty unserious to the American people.